Hello and welcome to the Brabham Royale. Update 8.6 is available. In case you didn't know, go download it in your app store now. We're going right into this. There is timestamp links available in the description so you can jump around to different races if you want to. However, there's going to be tips throughout this event. First race just says to overtake 8 different opponents, so you can't overtake the same car 8 times. I'm going to plow through this one in lap 0. I'm going to be doing something different this time around. A few people noticed during the last special event, meaning an event where PR is recommended, not required, so if you've got the skills, you can go with less. And people at the end seem to be facing about the same bots with about the same times. So the theory was, maybe it doesn't matter how fast you finish anymore. Maybe you can only slow bots down in a certain stage. So I am going to be blasting through this. I am not going to be slowing down. And if that hurts me, well, better for me to find out than you to find out. So we're going to see what this does to me. I'm just going to be blasting through these things and having a good old time. All right, this one is an average speed race. Now, there's a few different ways to do this. For instance, I'm just going to floor it right off the start, get in first place, and have a good old time. However, you don't have to win this race. It said nothing about what position you finish in. So, in an average speed race like this, if you want to finish in last place, turn around and drive backwards for a while. Also, if you're having trouble hitting minimum average speed, turn around and drive backwards for a while. And I mean, you could drive backwards for 2 or 3 laps if you want to. It doesn't matter because this said nothing about what position you have to finish in. Then you'll have all sorts of forward laps to build up average speed. The other thing you could do is to take a whole bunch of off-track cuts. There are some pretty well-known off-track cuts at Circuit de Catalunya, and I'm going to show those later in this stage. So if you want to jump ahead to the last race to see them, you could, but there'll be more tips here. I'm keeping this one, I'm going to keep this on track. Because some people really razz me that, oh, you only did that because you went off track, and they don't check my other videos to realize that I really do know how to drive cars. But, so I'm being a little bit rough here and there, I'm scraping up a little bit. I might accidentally go off track here and there, and later on I might brutally go off track with no apologies, because I'm trying to win a car for cheap and show you guys how I do it. I have no upgrades right now, and I'll show you that at the end of today. And if I do end up upgrading midday, I'm going to make sure to show that to you as well. So you'll always know how many upgrades I finished a stage with. It doesn't matter. I mean, I could show you that I started it with no upgrades, but, maybe I retried or whatever. And I don't want to just fill this video with all these shots of my upgrades if they're the same throughout the whole day. So you'll see that at the end. Drafting is enabled, and I love that. I love drafting. And some people think it's just a placebo effect. I don't know why. I've tested this quite a lot, and you can hit speeds drafting that you can't hit normally. And to really test that, you need to have a controlled environment. So you'd pick an exact spot that you'd start from at a dead stop and see the maximum speed you could hit by yourself and the maximum speed you could hit while drafting. I've done stuff like that. So there you go. You can, if you don't want to draft, don't draft, but I would be. Oh, nuts. I went off track there a little bit. I was kind of hoping to finish this with an average speed of 200 kilometers an hour plus, but I'm not going to restart just to do that. So look, I have over a 2-kilometer lead. So this could really hurt me if it's actually going to make things harder. And I'm getting more sloppy. I didn't do a bunch of test driving. I just hopped in and I'm driving it. I really like this car so far. Feels, I'm using pretty normal braking points actually that I would use for this car. Currently there is still 50% bonus R dollars, so I'm not doing anything special. It's just what I'm getting every single race that I do. And I'm going to show you all the in-between screens. I'm cutting out some unnecessary stuff. Okay, so set the fastest lap. Important to pay attention here. You see how we're starting at lap 0? And we're starting at the very end of the field. So I don't know how hard this is going to be. And I wasn't quite sure where I was starting. You can see I'm in 22nd place, but I thought, I don't know, is this guy Santos? I'm used to him being the leader, so I don't know what's going on. They've shaken up the bots a bit here. So what you should do, or what I'm going to do, to make sure that I have my best shot at a clean lap, is I'm going to get to near the end of this lap. I want to have a good speed run, And then I'm just going to kill some time. Now, I could get a draft off Santos so that I get even more speed going down the start-finish straight. Oop, blew that one a bit. But I don't want him to be in my way. I don't want Martinez to be in my way. I don't want all these slow bots to be in my way while I'm trying to set my fastest lap. So I'm going to let Santos overtake me here. Get on by me there, Santos. And let's do some donuts. Let's just waste a little bit of time here. I have all my assists off, and some people don't realize that literally means all. That means brakes are off, steering assist is off, traction is off. I use tilt B controls, which you might be able to see. And I'm using my standard sensitivity setting of 2, which feels pretty good in this car for me. Okay, so I want to have a nice run, because you can see there's no timer running. I'm on lap 0. And once I cross the line, there we go. Now my time starts. And partway through this, you're going to start to see times appearing kind of in the middle of my car. Now, so far what I've noticed is you can stay full throttle from here. If you have assists on, they're probably braking for you right here. You don't need to be braking right there. So assists are going to be, brake assist will be wasting some of your time there. Same with this section. This is one of the hardest corners for me in the game, right, that I was just on. And that felt pretty good in this car. A little bit loose there. See, you can already see the times of some of these guys. Braking a little bit late here, and now again, you can stay full throttle. If you've got brake assist on, even brake assist low, I'm pretty sure it's going to brake for you right here. Look at me. Look, Ma, no brakes. You don't need them. Now, I'm not 100% sure of my braking point here. That might have been early. Let's just see. Yeah, not too early, but it felt just a pinch early. Let's see my clock. I'm looking pretty good. You could cut off track right here. I didn't say anything about no off track, but I don't really want to. I want to make sure I'm learning my lines. Oop, that was kind of sloppy. Ooh, it was sloppy again. Well, let's see if that hurts me. I don't think so. Best I was seeing was like 134, 133. And I'm getting there 122. I'm going to show you the times of the bots at the end here. Fly through this a little bit fast. Okay, so 130 was the second fastest time. Absolutely nothing to worry about. And we're heading to the last race of day 1. And I'm going to do something different for you. I did this race twice. Once I did it a little bit unserviced, and I took all sorts of sketchy cuts. And then I decided, you know what, I don't want to do that. I want to show you guys the right way to do it. Well, the advantage is I can show you both. So the top screen, top left screen, that's unserviced, and these are going to start at the exact same time. So you can see what this is like. You might not believe it's going to start, but my screens are toggling. There we go. So now I've zoomed in that screen a little bit, and you get to see both. Okay, so for this first lap, you're not allowed, well, you could pass people, but you need to finish in last place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang out at the back, and if a bot gets really squirrely and it gets away from the pack, I'm going to push him back into the pack. Like on the top left, you see that one bot? He's really far behind. So I'm going to push him because drafting makes both cars faster. So I'm going to give him a push, get him back up to the pack again. And I'm going to stay like this. And then as I head to the start-finish straight, I want to be getting a really good tow by the car in front of me. So the main screen, I am serviced. The normal car, totally serviced. Top left screen, I'm partially unserviced. That's why it says unserviced. So it's not totally unserviced. But I'm a little bit slower, lagging really far behind. You don't want to hit people. Don't hit people on the first lap. You're going to hurt your top speed, you're going to hurt your acceleration, your grip, and your brakes. Because there was a bug for a while that made it so your speed didn't get hurt. That's fixed. That got fixed a while ago. Don't hit people. So if you want to have maximum speed, you just can't be doing that. Of course, if you've seen some of my videos, you know I sometimes love bump passing and wrecking people. This isn't the time for that. This is the time for keeping your nose clean. A little bit of bump drafting. So I'm going to bump, I'll do a little, bump drafting. That's perfectly fine. Hooking up the bumpers. You're not going to get damaged enough that way. A cracked windshield means you have damage. Now, there's generally 3 stages of damage. Well, I should say 2, but sometimes 3. Okay, so here we are. Let's get hooked up on the bumpers. Nice push. Interesting how I've got a two different cars here on the two different screens. It's just the way the traffic sorted out. Okay, top screen, I'm going to be cutting it a little bit. As you can see, I'm just going to fly across the track. I already got several overtakes there. But you look at the main screen, we're in about the same position. Up into 17th up there. I'm surprised how late I could brake here. Whoa, nuts, I hit him. Hopefully they didn't crack my windshield on the main screen. I'm going to check that in a second here. Don't want to check right now. And then I kind of blew the braking point there. Bots were in the line that I wanted to be in. Okay, no cracks in that windshield, I'm fine. Either way, I would keep on going and try to finish, but if I have a cracked windshield, I might start doing some more sketchy strategies. Slide through there. Side contact, you can get away with a lot of side contact. Okay, top screen, I'm going to kind of do a drifting, hit the wall kind of maneuver. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but there we go. So you can see that I'm doing better in the bottom screen. Again, I've got a fully serviced car down there. But on the top screen, I'm going lawnmower mode. See that? Oh, I'm still sketchy on the main screen. Man, I got to reel in that braking point. Truth be told, I skipped that last chicane too many times. And I mean, people who razz me, they're right. It's better not to skip. Well, it's better to make sure you know the braking points. I actually think the best thing you can do is know both strategies, because sometimes the difference between needing more upgrades and not needing them is knowing how to do some of these weird cuts and driving off track. That top left-hand screen, you can't be doing some of that if you have assists on. Steering assist high will not let you drive off track like that. Traction control will be going on way too much because you're sliding. You just can't take off-track cuts like that effectively if you have assists on. So that's some other things to know. Boy, did I ever blow that corner on the top screen. But you know, you look at my progress on the bottom screen, I'm doing pretty good. We're in third place on both screens right now, and I've got first place in sight on the main screen, not so much on the upper screen right now. But you can see them, there they are. No trouble. So careful braking, Santos in his, let's see, I think it's just a regular Senna. Yeah, that's a regular Senna. I kind of like the lineup that we're having here. I like the competition. Sennas, Renaults, and I think I saw a Sesto Elemento Lamborghini. That's kind of cool. All right, sorry, I'm taking the lead on the small screen, and then I'm going to pause and fade that one out because I got out of the race, and the main race will finish. Fade that screen out. All right, so there you go. This will be going into a playlist with all of the other days. And sometimes people ask me how much does it cost to finish this event. I have no idea until I'm done it. And I won't be done it for several days. So there we go. We'll go through the final screen so you can see what I'm getting paid for bonuses and for gold. And so you can track your own journey. Thank you for joining me. I'll be starting day 2 shortly because of my time zone here in Canada. It's actually July 13th for me still. So, see you soon.